Where was your first date? What do you think is sexy? 81,000 lithium batteries on a flight. Why? Do you trust what's in your pet food? All this and more next on Cabin Pressure with Sean and G.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure. It is freaking freezing outside.
Freezing, man. This is like the cold blast right now that's happened with us. You know, freaking one side of the United States is on fire and the other one's frozen.
We're the frozen part.
Yeah, we're the freaking ice cube frozen tundra. The lake behind my house, I have like a 57-acre lake behind my house, and it's been frozen over for a while.
I feel like my house is sitting right in front of a wind tunnel.
Oh man, everywhere is a wind tunnel here. Like the drifts and stuff from the snow and stuff. Like it's been snowing here for like last couple days and stuff. Just like kind of like a fine mist snow.
You don't even want to go outside.
Yeah, you don't want to go outside. You just want to stay indoors, not move. Like, do
Truthfully,
I really have to do an errand?
It took a lot for me to get here.
I know. They said like it is. I ran to the store earlier today, and I was like, man, it's a shit show out here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, it is. Listen, I still got the ear problem.
Man, it just takes time. It's a slow roll with the ear problem. You gotta have this like just patience of just, you know, let the body heal itself, right?
Antibiotics. Yeah, I'm still taking antibiotics. They're I think I got like another three days.
Are you still feeling like the pressure on it?
No, it's getting a little bit better, but I noticed this morning everything was draining. So I mean, it was everything was it was a lot better this morning. But we'll see. I mean, it just takes time, and like we said before, I won't get back on a plane until I know my ear is good.
Right. That's smart. Be smart.
Yeah, you know, one thing. You remember last week when I was telling you about the car accident?
Yeah.
It was crazy. I noticed,
that happy time in your life?
No, it's still really getting to me. I mean, really, really bugging me. But I'm getting through it. But what I noticed something is that when I was getting back in the car, I felt kind of funny.
Yeah.
And have you been in a car accident before?
Oh yeah.
Now, did you ever feel funny? Were you driving?
So my car accidents I've been rear-ended a few times, and I rear-ended somebody one time.
Okay, so when you actually did it, did you feel funny like getting back in the car?
No.
See, it was really weird because, like I told you before, never even had a parking ticket. So when I started get back in the car and started driving, I started feeling a little bit funny, apprehensive. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh, like your cautious level, just like it came up, you know, right?
Yeah, no, I always pride myself on being a careful driver, but man, this really felt weird.
Yeah.
So I started looking into this. Do you know that people actually after accidents they have some kind of form of PTSD? Sorry.
Yeah, PTSD. Yeah, that, you know, that can happen to anybody. Like PTSD is everybody associates that with the military, right? I mean, obviously we're talking about extremes, but it doesn't matter if you're in just a minor argument. I mean, it can be anything that like shocks you to a point where you're going to have some type of residual effect of that. That's PTSD, right?
I'm getting better, but it's been jacking up my sleep. I mean, it's been crazy, but I noticed it more when I got into the car. And as I'm getting in the car, like when I came over here, I was good because when I kind of woke up this morning, I was like, you know, I got this. I've been doing this forever. I'm not going to feel weird about getting in a damn car.
Yeah. It's that cautiousness is kind of in heightened right now with your driving and making sure that you got it, dude. You're good.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't that. And like I said, I just wanted to bring that because I've been feeling kind of funky about it anyway.
Right.
And I just wanted everybody else to know that if this ever happens to you, it's not abnormal. It's very normal. I did a lot of reading about it because it was bugging me, and I just wanted to know. And what am I feeling? Is it normal? And it is. It's a normal feeling.
Yeah, man. This is total normal. I mean, people get PTSD from like shopping. That after purchase, you don't. Oh, should I have bought that? Should I not bought that? And then you're gonna be like worried about it. Things like that. Like people get it for all kinds of stuff, but it's normal.
You know what changed my whole outlook on it though?
What's that?
Last week we were going to talk about something and we didn't get to it.
What's that?
Was the fires in California?
Oh man, fires in California right now are just. It's unreal to be able to just imagine or fathom the situation that people are in. I was thinking about that the other day too. Like, imagine I was sitting here in my office and I was like, imagine if my whole entire house just burnt down,
decimated. That'd be like this whole studio area right now. Nothing's here.
Yeah, nothing's here. Like what? I was thinking about it, like the people that had time to grab stuff and the people that didn't have time to grab stuff. And, if you had that time to grab, like, what would you grab?
It was decimated. I watched Mel
No,
Gibson.
the question was, what would you grab?
I don't know. I truthfully don't know what I would grab because the way it happened with them, most of them only had minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm just.
I think
like,
passports, passports, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, like that is like I kind of like being airline and stuff. We got our like kind of our go bags, right?
Right.
Where we like have all our shit backed and ready to go and ready to go out the door and all that stuff.
Yeah,
right?
No doubt.
Like it's like what's so valuable that I need to like take with me in an instant that I can just carry and be able to get out of the house. And like people were talking about some of the stories where the people were just grabbing photo albums.
I grabbed a computer because I got it all downloaded on there, just like you do.
Yeah, I need one computer.
Right.
One computer is going to go with me. And you know that because I have access, everything's in cloud and all that stuff. So, burn them all. And I still got access.
But it's crazy, though. You go through this thing, like I was telling you, I was feeling a certain way. And then you look at these people's lives. This whole area, 40,000 acres decimated.
Mm-hmm.
Completely gone. I mean, the only thing that was standing were chimneys.
Yeah. I mean, just to watch the news and stuff, it's heart wrenching. You need to hear all the stories and stuff about it. Did you see that one guy that had he was in the neighborhood where his house is the only house standing? Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did.
He was showing, here's this house, it's burned, this house burned. His house, nothing.
I know there's miracles like that. But then you look in the street and the cars are melted.
Yeah. I mean, just everything was just like totally nothing. The other part about this thing too, that like pisses me off is that the people that are looting and all that crap, people that are trying, I hate when people are trying to take advantage of a bad situation. And that's always, we got those scammers and stuff out there. Like, yeah,
you've got to be the lowest scumbag part of the earth that when people are down, that you go steal from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you are nothing but a complete dirtbag.
Yeah, man. You know what? Unfortunately, we live around all of those type of people. I mean, they're in the world. They're out there because, hell, my phone's ringing all the time with stupid scam stuff.
Yeah, but when you're a scumbag like that and you take advantage of a person like that, trust me, and especially in a fire situation, get used to the heat because you sure in the hell going to somewhere to where it's going to be hot on a regular basis.
Yeah, I was thinking about this like in other countries, like the United States is kind of like, I was listening to news and how they were like, we're going to throw the book at you if you do this. We're going to incarcerate you. We're going to, do everything to the fullest of extent of the law and all this stuff. Now take this same situation, put it into a foreign country.
You're dead. They just shot you.
Yeah, just shot you right there.
Just
on the
shot
spot.
you. You've been laying in the rubble.
Like they're lucky they're here in this country because we go easy on people like this. Where I mean, there's thieves back in the history of a time. What did they normally do with thieves? And it didn't matter where you were in the world, like chop off their hands,
hands off,
stuff like that. Like it's like
hang them. Yep.
Those type of punishments. I mean, to a certain extent is like, man, I hate to say that. I would like to see some of it back, but I mean, at the same time, it's brutal. But at the same time, I'm thinking, the country's gotten to a point where it's like they've taken advantage of every loophole they could take. We're a loophole nation.
There was one family, they had posted a sign on the outside of their house, and it was perfect. It said, "Looters beware, we're actually home, and you've been warned."
Yeah.
So you're going to get your ass shot. You come inside.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's the biggest scum of the earth are those people. Do you know, Sean, the intensity of that flame is incredible. A few years back, I had some pine trees that had died, and I piled these on top of each other, and I have a big burning pit in the back. I was watching a video, and they showed one of the spiral flames, the intensity of those flames.
Yeah, from the wind.
It's absolutely incredible. Like I said, I had like 20 pines. When I set this up, it was the most intense 12 to 15 seconds I have ever seen. I mean, and I was clear. Everything was safe. I mean, I was in a burning pit and everything, and the flame was going straight up. But it raged.
Yeah. I mean, the intensity of like kindling wood and, dry woods in the forest and stuff, and the things that, that foresters, like they go in and they get that dry brush and they like police it up, the fallen trees and all that stuff, try to keep it down to, a low, level, is super important. People don't realize that we need to also, forests are beautiful to see and all that stuff, but there's also some maintenance required for us to have them. Yeah. And people, just because they're there doesn't mean that you shouldn't be trying to take care of them, especially when they're close to populated areas.
The other thing I hate too is that there was like a group of people that, they're like, oh, it's California. Oh, it's the rich, or it's this, how could you even think about that? It doesn't matter. Those people lost their lives, their homes.
Yeah. I don't even, like that whole entire topic of like, I've seen some brutally terrible stuff out there, politically speaking and all this stuff, they're a bunch of liberals. They got what's coming to them. Things like, like just awful statements that it really shouldn't matter. These are all humans.
But then you also see the good side of humanity, right? There's so many people that stepped up and started helping all these people.
Yeah, the small businesses out there. I mean, I love those stories about like they've opened the doors to try to take care of the people out there and make their facilities welcome to like whatever they can do, whether it's just space to put up tents, space to get supplies, have water drops, all these different types of things.
Jay Leno was down there serving the firefighters. That was actually
that was
pretty cool. Yeah, and then even I noticed online you had flight attendants that were donating things or taking donations for families that lost everything.
Yeah. This whole thing is like so tragic, but at the same time, like I do understand like people, this is so pronounced right now in the news. Like everything is about the fires right now. But I feel like people always forget about the last tragedy that we had. I mean, the Carolinas right now are suffering. There's still people in tents. There's still people out there that need help. And, the focus now has gone totally to the West Coast.
Well, it becomes accountability, right? I mean, now we're at the stage. I mean, the fires, they're still burning, but now it becomes accountability.
Right. I mean, that's the important thing with putting in the right government and the right leaders and to make sure that, they're taking care of the people in their area and all that stuff. So yeah, it's bad, man.
And we said we don't get, don't like getting political on our podcast, but listen, keep the damn money in the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, until our people are good, no one's hungry. They have homes. They're not burnt out of their homes. They're not flooded out of their homes. Keep the damn money in our country and stop sending our money everywhere else but in the United States. Take care of our own people.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to stop here soon.
I hope the Lord above it does, because you know something? I'm tired of seeing our people suffer.
Yeah. I mean, we really need to take care of our own, and all these special interest stuff to me is, that's a whole nother subject. let's not go political right now. But anyways, what
Getting
else
away
been
from
going
that,
on?
well, I was looking at these pictures the other day. Now this is completely away from what we were talking about, but it was some really funny pictures, and I thought to myself, do you remember your first date?
My first date.
Yeah, first date you ever had,
Dude. So with that question, you need to qualify it. Like
First
first
date.
date,
Yeah,
first date. Like I had a
that you
date.
drove. Let's say when you had
Yeah,
your
because I had
license.
like puppy love, fourth grade.
Not where your
we went over
parents
to my, went over to the girl's house, brought a teddy bear with me.
No, when you drove.
So when I drove first date, yeah, I remember
All right, give me a little short thing of it.
So this is interesting scene because you're quantifying this thing through like when you first drove, right? So I grew up as a military brat and I was in Italy. And so you can't drive in Italy until you're 21.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So like, driving wasn't a thing over there. Like none of us had all of us had like mopeds or motorcycles or something like that we drove around on, but you can drive over there until you're 21. So it wasn't a thing like that. Like my first date there, like, we jumped on a train, we headed over to Venice, we had dinner.
That was your first date. See, I knew it wasn't going to be normal. I knew it. It just was not going to be normal.
Dude.
Right? There's nothing like mine. I mean, I'm sitting there going, really? I mean, that's unbelievable. That's nothing like mine.
Right.
Oh, my God.
But these are the privileges of like being a military brat. It's bad that you're like running around all over the world, and you don't have this like military brats are one of our things is like we don't have any place to call home.
I thought something's going to be good with this, and you just come up with that. I'm sitting there thinking of mine here. Okay, I got to tell you.
Let me tell you about your little silly one.
All right, so I'm bewildered with yours. So mine was I had an old brown station wagon. That was my parents.
All right.
Okay. And so if we wanted to go on a date, we had to drive the brown station wagon. So real quick, went over to her house. I went to pick her up. I went outside. The parents were all out there, and they were looking outside. And so I went to get in the car. She's just sitting next to me. She's smiling. I went to turn the ignition, and it didn't start.
Oh no, dude. That's the worst, right?
The dad had to come out and jump my car.
Oh no.
I thought, well, if I bring her home late, you know why.
Right. At least you got some type of excuse, right?
Well, the reason why I brought this up really, because I was looking at these pictures, and years ago, in this little quote that they had, and it showed this picture of this young girl, and she was in little jean shorts that were cut off jeans, and she had a crop top that was cut off a shirt, and it said, "This is now someone's grandma." And I thought this was what we looked at years ago, and that was hot.
Yeah, man.
Right?
The Daisy Duke days, like
But nothing. All they had was cut jeans, a crop top shirt, and this blonde flowing hair, dark hair, whatever it was.
Like
it was
Daisy Duke and on what is it? Dukes of Hazzard.
But now everybody's they have to spend all this money for what?
Yeah.
I was thinking that's not. We were looking at that and with nothing, just the little jeans and the crop top.
Yeah, nowadays it has to be like Versace, Guess. It has to have like some type of like designer on there. Like I don't want to date myself with calling out names here, but whatever has your Louis Vuitton bag, whatever. That's the generation today. Like
I absolutely love those pics, though, Sean, because it showed that girl, and then it had this other one like the 70s into the 80s. So they had the hip hugger jeans and then the little bikini top, right?
Yeah. So a lot of that stuff's coming back, man. Depends on where you are in the United States, because I mean, if you're in certain climates for that stuff, I mean, you go down south, you're going to see some Daisy Dukes running around.
Yeah, well, the only difference is that you're paying about $150 for those, and they just cut them off because they were all torn up.
Right.
That was the difference, and what we called sexy was that girl standing next to like a GTO, a '67 GTO, or a '66 Mustang. I mean, that's what we considered sexy.
Yeah. Now you get the same girl. They're in designer wear, and they're sitting next to a freaking
fake eyelashes, fake nails,
Lamborghini,
fake everything.
Everything's fake. sexy.
But it's true. Just there's nothing real.
Yeah.
It's all fake.
It is all fake, but that whole thing, this whole subject, like reminds me of. I love watching those, the TikTok or Instagram videos of the, gold diggers. Yeah. I mean, like, so you get these gals and they're all like whatever they're wearing for that day, and the dude's like, tricking them to, he's homeless or something like that, and then he like walks over and jumps in his Lamborghini, and then they want to talk to him and stuff, like.
But let me tell you, when I seen the picture, I said I'll go back to the 70s and 80s girls any day of the week, because any girl, and this goes for just today, if you can rock a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, you can wear anything.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. If you can do that as a woman, pair of jeans, t-shirts, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Hell, you can get that from Walmart. But if you can do that, that's it right there. You don't need all that money.
Dude, you don't have to be a Victoria's Secret girl. It's kind of like what's her name that has a Victoria's Secret song. Like the manufacturers are producing all this stuff. Like they're in these young women's heads and boys, and they're producing these. This is what's good looking. This is what's sexy. This is all this stuff, but it's just a bunch of bullshit, really. I mean, everything. My favorite thing is simple. Like I want El Natural. Less is better.
I sent you the picture. What'd you think?
Yeah, less is better, man.
I told you, she blue jeans, a crop shirt, long blonde hair, and it was the simplicity. But man, she was beautiful.
Yeah. I just don't. I'm not one of these like you got to have all this makeup on and all this stuff and cover up all your like. I want to see your freckles.
You don't need all those. You don't need those giraffe eyelashes.
No giraffe.
Those are the ugliest damn things. I'm sorry.
Now we're getting into a subject that I get like. It's like I cringe when I see this. First of all, I don't like, just as much as I don't like feet, I'm finding out that I don't like long nails. Like, how do you feel about long nails?
I'm right there with you. I told you when I sent you that picture, that's exactly what I think is sexy, simplicity. Right
like the longer the nails, the more I will like get a gag reflex. Like it's just nasty, and I just do not like long fingernails whatsoever. I mean, moderate, like you can take care of you can paint them, you can all this stuff. They could be nice, moderate length to your hand, but when they start getting longer than inch or two. Like I'm like, ugh.
But now you got those. You got even those videos that show the before and after these women that have gotten so good at makeup. Then all of a sudden, shit, they don't look anything like they.
Yeah,
did.
They look nothing like they really do.
Absolutely nothing like they did. That's pretty freaking scary.
That's one of those videos where you should be like, you go out and you meet this girl in the meet this girl at night. You wake up in the morning, you roll over, and there's this other person.
I'll tell you 1,000 times. I'll go back to our time, any time of the year, because it was all natural.
It was simple, man.
Yeah, if you can rock simple, you can rock anything. All right, listen, let's go. Let's start talking about some airline stuff.
Yeah, what's going on in the airlines these days?
Well, there's been a big issue about they were talking about lithium batteries.
Yeah, man, those damn things are dangerous. People don't realize how dangerous they are. They're like, you just have to be cautious with them. There's a reason why the airlines are always making rules and stuff about the lithium batteries. Like you have to bring them on with you. They have to be in your control. They can't be checked in your baggage, all that type of stuff. So, they're nasty, but what's up? So
this rule hasn't been in place since 2010. But a lot of people they get mad because of their check bags. They had lithium batteries in it, and sometimes they've had to pull them, to remove the batteries, and sometimes they have to go without their luggage because they had a battery or something in their bag.
Yeah, those smart bags.
Yeah, the real smart ones.
Yeah, those smart bags that have the lithium batteries implanted into the bag and stuff like that. So you can charge your phone and stuff like that.
So I just wanted to give people a reason of why they don't allow lithium batteries in in the check luggage anymore. This flight happened. It was 22 minutes in flight, and they received a fire warning from the main deck, and there was smoke in the cockpit, and they declared an emergency. This is the reason why they don't have these on the airplanes anymore. The captain's oxygen mask failed, leading to his incapacitation, and the first officer had to assume control. And shortly after that, the aircraft it actually plummeted and it crashed into an unpopulated area. But the reason what they found out was in the cargo part of this thing, they had 81,000 lithium batteries.
What?
81,000 on a pallet.
No, that's
never knew that. We learned this. The reason why I was saying this because we learned this in training all the time about lithium.
Yeah,
batteries.
but I don't know how the carrier even allowed that. Like, there's a certain amount of restriction. I don't know what the number is, but there's a restriction of like the volume of how many batteries and stuff you can be.
Different countries, though.
Yeah, different country. Yeah, that's true. Different countries,
different country
different
cargo.
rules. Right,
because they had other combustible materials that was inside the cargo unit too, but they had 81,000 lithium batteries, and it was a complete runaway of a fire inside the belly of the aircraft.
Yeah, if you have never ever seen like a battery runaway fire, like a lithium battery runaway fire, Google that shit. I mean, you're going to be surprised. You're going to see how fast like a laptop like sets on fires. The ones that those air purifiers that were like the big things back in the day here, where everybody hung around their neck and stuff.
Around their neck, yep.
Yeah, so they get on the plane and they have these little air purifiers, and it would be, blowing purified air up in their face.
Look like a little bug zapper around your neck.
Yeah. Well, the airlines lawed all those things because those things, if Google it and you'll see people's like chest setting on fire, from these freaking little lithium battery air purifiers. But yeah, lithium batteries are not to be messed around with. I mean, people don't realize how fast they can do it, but when they see it or they ever have seen it, then they'll understand. Like,
it's part of our flight attendant training. But listen, folks, just real quick, lithium batteries, just don't put them in your check bags at all. Really, just don't bring them. Actually, I mean, that'd be the best thing.
Well, I mean, you can't help from bringing lithium batteries because they're in your laptops, they're in your phones and all this stuff, but they need to be just with you so you can monitor it. That's the whole point. You have to be in your possession, within your arm, reach to be able to deal with anything that does happen, because these computers and stuff, man, it can happen.
Bad situation.
Bad.
All the way around. And another bad situation, Sean, the flight attendant was killed in Denver.
Oh.
She was on a layover. It really, really was sad.
That was mind-blowing, man. I'm like thinking, safety is like our number one thing. Like,
we talked about that in the cities.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in the cities and stuff, and like we had talked about this in previous episodes, like you need to be cautious when you're like in the, when you're in hotels, never think you're in a safe space. That's, if you start from there, if you just like, when you're out and you're about and you think I'm never in a safe space, then you're on alert. You need to keep yourself on
awareness at all
have
times.
That situational awareness and this stuff. I got this like crazy story. Like this happened to me back in the day, and we were on a layover. It was in Columbus, Ohio, and we decided we're going to go down to there's a really cool area in Columbus called Germantown, and we were down to a bar, a little place, got something to eat, and the whole crew. And it was about maybe 3-4 blocks away from our hotel, so it wasn't a big deal. And Columbus, if you've ever been there, is pretty, Midwestern town, not too crazy, and all that stuff. So we all walked down, went to the bar and everything, and we were sitting down there drinking, eating. And one of the gals decided that she's going to walk back to the hotel, and she was like, "I'm done. I'm going back to the hotel." I was like, I'll walk you back. And she's like, "No need. I'll be fine. No need." So we're sitting there, talking all this stuff, and all of a sudden, this flight attendant disappears. And I was the lead flight attendant at that time. And so I was like, dang, this is not good. She shouldn't be walking around in the middle of a city by herself. So I kind of hightailed it all the way back to the hotel, like 4 or 5 blocks. I get to the hotel. She's walking into the hotel. I walk into the hotel, and I'm like, you could have asked, it's not smart to be walking by yourself as a female in a city, the whole 9 yards. Doesn't matter. Female or male, doesn't matter. You shouldn't be by yourself. And she was new and all that stuff. She's like, "Oh, I'm okay." I'm like, "All right, Cool. I'll see you tomorrow. Next morning, we wake up, get down to the van. You know the whole drill. We're all in the van. Everybody comes in. She comes walking in, and she's like, "You're not going to believe what happened last night." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I saw you at the hotel, and you jumped in the elevator." She goes, "Yeah. When you left me, I stepped in the elevator. When I stepped in the elevator, there was another guy in the elevator with me. He went up to my floor. I got off of my floor. He followed me to my room, mugged her."
You never go to your room when somebody walks off the, just get back in the damn elevator. Let him go.
Yeah. I mean, it was terrible. So she was up all night with the police and all this stuff. It was, you just never know, man. You got to stay on high alert in these situations. But that flight attendant in Denver, man, I just feel for her family, everybody.
36 years of flying. And she was just on a layover. I mean, prayers go out to her family, her friends. Just a sad situation.
Wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, just like,
another sad situation, really. But this one is this one's controllable. There was a pilot that was arrested for a DUI. Tried to operate the commercial airplane.
Come on, man.
No, I just did. I mean, I whenever I see this, I'm completely in disbelief because it takes a lot to be a pilot.
Well, yeah, it takes a lot to be a pilot. And I mean, to imagine or even fathom the thought of people willing to put their job on the line, knowing, because all of us have had training. There's nobody excluded from training. We know the consequences. Like that's ingrained to us. But to have a problem that is gonna be to the level that you're gonna put your job on the line.
If it's a problem, that's one thing too, but even if you say that it's a mistake, that's the dumbest mistake you ever made in your life.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make any sense, but every time I see that, it just really bugs me because I've known so many of the pilots over the years and that is just plain stupidity. Yeah.
It's so rare, man, nowadays. It's so rare because of all the training and the education that we get for, illegal contraband and drugs and narcotics and all that stuff. And, all of our rules that are involved with the airlines, it doesn't matter what airline you're with and where in the world, we all have our different levels of rules that we have to abide by. But, all of us that fly, we know. So,
we talk about this every single week with the airlines. And it's like I said, it's almost like blotters because there's so much that happens every single week. On the 8th, a 737 collided with a Dreamliner.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
a stationary Dreamliner.
Yeah. So where'd they collide? Like what hit what?
I believe it hit the wings. The wings hit each other. And what happened is they end up both canceling, but the Dreamliner was stationary. The 737-800 was actually moving.
Oh,
that's a huge cost,
dude. Any of those incursions like that are just super. They cost a lot of money.
Yeah, another bird strike too. January 5th, grounded an Airbus.
Bird strikes are one of the things that happen in airline that probably it'd be interesting to see like how many bird strikes happen on a daily basis because they get reported, but like it's very rare when they make the news because they're just so common. I mean, like I heard my wife the other day, she flew down to Florida and like going down, she hit one and coming back, she hit one, but it was like, it's just like a normal routine, right?
Right.
Until it like actually does something or it's going to take out an engine or cause a fire or something like that, then it's not going to make the news because bird strikes are happening all the time.
But like we said before, it's kind of ironic. I mean, when we talk about these things, it's every single week, right? I mean, there's all kinds of crazy crap like this UFC fighter that was removed from the aircraft in the emergency exit row. Did you see that?
No. What happened?
So, there's a lot to it, but he was in the emergency exit row. We don't know the situation. I'm not going to sit there and say yes or no. Supposedly, they had asked him a few times, and he didn't respond. And then when he did respond, I guess that he had told him. He said, "Yeah, I can do whatever it is that you need," and they removed him off the aircraft. But I guess prior, when they first asked him, it was like 2 or 3 times, and then he didn't respond. So then they took him off the aircraft, put him on another plane.
Yeah, that's one of the rules in the U.S. That, you know, if you're in exit row, you're going to have to, one, acknowledge the crew, because they're supposed to give you a briefing, and you're sitting by an exit where might need some assistance. So, I mean, if you're going to not acknowledge us, there's an issue. We
have those a lot of times too. We have those passengers that you know, they don't acknowledge you.
Yeah, they're having a bad day or whatever the situation is. I mean, you know, come on.
It's just flight attendant doing their job. I mean, you know, that's it. They trust me. We don't want to go to the exit row and ask everybody that question anyway, but we're required to do it. I mean, so, you know, if you're sitting in the exit row, just respond. It's a simple thing to do. And then we don't have to see this in the news again. Like I said, I have no idea exactly what happened in this, but the guy was removed.
Yeah. Crazy.
Did you see the picture? I sent you the picture about, we were talking about the guys that go up in the wheel well. Did you see that picture I sent you?
More wheel well stuff. Yeah, I saw the picture.
I just had to send you a picture because it was we were wondering about the space of, you know, because we talked about these guys that stowed away in the wheel wells.
Yeah, they're showing the guy that was like, he's kind of like crunched up into the space sitting in the wheel well, and you're like, wow. I mean, I wish it was like you had like somebody could actually like retract the wheel and put the person in there to take the picture, you know, like to be actually see, because this is a wheel. Obviously it's extended down. It's on, you know, the plane's on the tarmac, whatever, but they're up in the wheel well area and they take that picture or whatever. But I'd like to see what it really looks like inside that picture. Like,
well, they had the guy, and he was actually in the video that I'd watched. He showed how he had to like lay forward, put your elbows in, keep your legs in, because when the wheels come up, they're locked in. He said, but when they fall, they free fall. And he goes, you better hope that your leg's not right there when that thing free falls, because you're going to get hurt really bad.
Yeah, you're not going to be in the aircraft anymore.
No. But he had talked about, it was amazing. We had said about people that that didn't make it, but he was talking about a 13-year-old kid that did.
Yeah. There's been, if you look in history and Google this stuff, there have people that have survived this stuff, you know, and it's, you know, more survivals back in the day versus today. But I mean,
but me and Sean talked about there are 3 for 3 that didn't make it.
Yeah. It's so much better just to buy a ticket.
Don't do it. $39 on a low cost carrier. Yeah, just take the ticket.
There's so many airlines out there, like you can actually like go out, do your little Trivago or whatever you want to, you know, search on online, and like if you're willing to like connect to different cities and bounce around and all kinds of stuff, you can find like things that are like week, 2 week out that like it's nothing. You know, like come on.
That's what I was saying. The $39, you can go inside the plane. But hey, you know, we're going to get to our destination, but you know, we always talk about food. So I thought it'd be kind of fun, since we have a lot of people that are pet owners and dog owners. And so I had to throw Gemma's little food in here for a minute.
Gemma's food?
Gemma's food.
What's Gemma's bite? Spoonful of what?
Well, you know, when we took her to the vet, they said that put her on all natural food. So we did a little bit of research. Have you ever heard of Farmer's Dog?
Dude, I was just about to say Farmer's Dog is a shit.
It's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So her food comes with her name on it. It's prepackaged, and it's exactly how much food that we should give her. And it comes to, I think it's like $2.30 a day.
Dude,
it's worth it. Feed her.
Totally.
And it's all natural food. You have chicken, beef, turkey. I'm going to I'll probably have Sean just post a picture of it on our site. And so we purchased a month full of Gemma's food. And like I said, you know, it's amazing how that little dog just stands there and she's waiting for this like crazy.
Dude, so here's it. I'm going to give you a little story here. So, a little history. So my wife's family has been associated with the pet industry her entire life. Did you know that?
Like carriers, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
it pet
So
carriers?
yeah. They had a carrier cage company. So they built. Her father's very entrepreneurial. He got into this business, was trying to looking for the next thing, and end up when they bought like a trash bin that they were burning trash. Back in the day, you put it into like this wire basket, whatever, and they burn their trash, when people did that back in the day. And anyways, people were buying these things and it all turned into a business, and they were using it instead of burning trash. They were using it for dog cages. And this is like, I'm talking, this is back in like 80s, And so, she's to get into the story here, they're very involved in the pet business and all that stuff. And they really, they've been integral and in all that front stuff. But pet food is awful in the industry. Like, I mean, all these companies out there that we've like grown up with, Purina and all these different I can't name all the companies stuff, but Purina is the big one, right? That everybody kind of knows about. But here's a little story from this actually local neighborhood. Purina decided that this area used to be a big alpaca farm area. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like you drive anywhere around this county.
Yep, I know.
You'd see alpacas everywhere. Have you seen that there's no alpacas?
Nope.
Like you don't see alpacas
No,
anymore,
you don't
right?
see them at all.
Well, guess why? Well, this happened like about 20 years ago. Purina decided they were going to get into alpaca food. All right. And they decided they were going to hey, we're going to send free product to all these alpaca farmers. Well, they did that. They send out all this product, killed them all.
Horrible. I mean, that is absolutely horrible.
You're laughing.
No, I'm not. It's horrible.
Terrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah, the pet food industry and the shit that they
Because
put in
you're
the pet
thinking
food is
Purina.
you're thinking why, they all, these are companies, professional companies. They should be doing, doing the best thing. Isn't to just like right now. And why I talk about this is you're talking about farmer's dog, what's it called?
Farmer's dog.
Yeah. Farmer's dog.
Yeah.
It's like, it took all this time for them to finally say, you know what? Enough's enough. Quit giving all those scraps and all this stuff, byproducts that we don't want as humans, and giving it to our pets. Now they're finally saying, you know what? They want real food just like we want real food.
Well, Gemma is sure in hell wants real food because she sits there and she jumps up and down like crazy.
Yeah.
Whenever I get it, but let me tell you something. If you have a small dog, I'd say farmer's dog, 100%.
Yeah.
If you have a big dog, that's going to be your retirement money.
It might put you out of it.
It's not cheap, man. That big dog, one packet, he's going to look at it, he's going to pop his chops, and they'll be like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hell no. Because
there's a certain demographic of dogs that this is good for.
I could not even imagine giving a Great Dane. Great Dane would probably just eat Gemma's food for the month.
They'd eat Gemma too.
That's true. But hey, listen, farmer's dog, give it a shot. I'm going to actually try to make a version of farmer's dog because I seen it online because I just wanted to see like in comparison, how much could I make compared to what they make?
Oh yeah. Like kind of cost it out. Like, hey, here, I'm going to make all these same products and stuff. Somebody's going to always do that.
Yeah, meal prep for my kids. I might as well meal prep for the dog.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to give it a shot. But anyway, let's go to the destination.
Destination, man. As we talked about last week, we talked about how Omaha, there's such a good destination. Omaha's our destination. Omaha, Nebraska. I'm telling you right now, like we were telling you, I went to school there, University of Nebraska, Omaha. It's right down on middle of Omaha, and Omaha has a lot of cool things there. One that I know you're 100% interested in, and that way. So over the years, they've built different ballparks here, and Omaha has always been the home of the College World Series.
Absolutely,
right?
Yep.
So right now, the stadium that stands there is the Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, and I'm telling you right now, it's an experience. Have you been there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. That stadium is like a really, really nice stadium. For a college baseball stadium, you're going to be like so impressed. But if you ever get a chance to do that, it's right outside the airport there. It's like just a few miles down the street from the airport. You got to almost pass it on the way into the city, unless you jump on a highway. But anyways, yeah. So the other thing that to do in Omaha is there's an area called the Old Market. Old Market's been there forever, and it's just like maybe a 4-block square radius, but it has all these cool shops and all this stuff. And I was kind of like looking at it today, you know, because I haven't been to Omaha for a minute, but there's was some of my favorite places. And one of the places that I absolutely like loved when I was, you know, coming up in college was this little Mexican Tex-Mex place.
I was gonna say we're going to food.
Yeah, we're going to food, man. We're going to food. I used to like literally go there and study at this like restaurant called Julio's, right? And it was right outside, like right in the end of the Old Market, and it's closed down. Not there anymore. I was like, no, you can't. Julio's is they made their own chips. They made their own, like, they fried their own chips and all that stuff.
That's probably why they're out of
like,
business.
Dude, no, it was so good. I have no idea. I need to research into this, but definitely miss Julio's. But the other things that are there that have been there forever is Old Market has a Spaghetti Works there. They have a Omaha candy company there, and they also have this famous record store, Homer's Records. Have you ever heard of that?
Nope.
Homer's Records is like the Old Market used to have like just all kinds of like eclectic shops and stuff like that. You can go in there, like they used to have, and they might still have it, a shop where literally you'd walk through the door and every single toy that you had ever seen as a kid, I don't care how old you are, how young you are, they had all the different eras of people and toys and stuff. And you walk through the store and you're going to see stuff that you're like, wow, I remember that when I was like 5. You know, like it was unbelievable, some of the old stuff that's in there. But it's a really cool area to like see all this neat stuff. And they're really big on having record stores, and records are making their play coming back right now. I don't know if you know that.
I honestly, I can't even imagine records coming back.
Yeah, man, they're like a big deal right now. Like LPs are like the thing right now. All these younger generations they want LPs. I have a nephew right now. He's out in Indiana, and shout out to Cameron. But he is like into that. He wants to listen to he wants to hear that scratch and pop and all that stuff. Like us growing up as kids, it was like, we were like
the needle run across the record.
Yeah. Like, we'd like float across the record. We'd have to put like a nickel on top of the needle to keep it weighted down and things like that, or a penny or tape, right? Yeah. We do all kinds of wild things just to like get our music, right? and we always wanted to hear it as clean as possible without, you know, we'd have to clean our records and stuff, get all the dust and dirt and all that, and keep it from popping and cracking. But they like all that stuff, but it's making a comeback. And like Taylor just put out her every album she puts out, or every LP or whatever she puts out, and it's pressed in original LP now.
You know, it's funny you just said that. I just remembered. Do you remember Molly Hatchet flirting with disaster?
Yeah.
That I just remember that one, playing that record.
Oh yeah, man. Like just I
just turn it up.
The whole record, like the persona of it, and the whole, the feel of putting a record on a turntable and putting a needle on it and all that stuff, man. It's just like, it's nostalgic for us, but that thing is coming back. And so anyways, the Old Market is a really cool place, but not only do they have the University of Nebraska there, they also have Creighton University. So you know Creighton, right?
Yeah.
I mean, big basketball. Creighton has a really cool facility right downtown Omaha. The other thing that's really cool is that Omaha is separated right on the border of the most, it's the most eastern border of Nebraska, and it's bordered by the Missouri River. Well, across the river is a city called Council Bluffs. And Council Bluffs has to be mentioned in this whole thing, because when you are on a layover in Omaha, you can walk across. They made a bridge. It's a pedestrian bridge called the Bob Carey Pedestrian Bridge. And Bob Carey's an old senator, somebody, governor, whatever. Anyways, you can walk across this bridge over to Council Bluffs. But Council Bluffs, in the history that I've always been there, has been like the Sin City side of things. Like over in Council Bluffs, they got all the bars and stuff.
Is that where we're at?
What's that? Yeah. We've been there.
That's what I was gonna say. That's where you took me, wasn't it?
No. So anyways, so in today's world right now, you go over there, you walk across the bridge, along the whole edge of the river, there's nothing but casinos.
Really?
So there's casinos, there's bars, food, all that stuff. Back when I was a young airman and I was based in Offutt, in Omaha, Nebraska, Air Force Base there. It was, before the age of 21 turned in the United States, where all the states turned to 21. There wasn't time. We're showing our age here now. There was a time when in certain states you can go out drinking if you were 19, right?
We show our age all the time. So we're thinking that we do that all the time.
The 3-2 beer days, right? Well, you'd have to go over to Council Bluffs to get the 3-2 beers bars. And so it's always been related that this is the sin side of the,
we're
go
so
over
old,
to Iowa.
We're so old. I remember Little King's 3 for $1.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's how old we are. When you get 3 beers for $1, you're old.
Yeah, but Omaha is just a really cool, has all kinds of stuff, all the, typical things, theaters, arts, all that stuff that they offer there. Omaha used to be the per capita. You had more restaurants per capita for the amount of people they had there than anywhere in the United States. Like there's just so many restaurants there. But big beef, like they get the cattle yards there and all that stuff. So you can smell the cattle yards there. So big beef country there in Omaha. But anyways,
not a vegan place.
You can, if you want to be that person, but, yeah, Omaha, cool. Check it out.
All right, Sean, give us the quote of the week.
Yeah. So the quote of the week was, you can't change someone who doesn't see an issue with their actions. You can only change how you react to them.
True.
So yeah, that's our, that's the quote of the day and, or the week. And we just want to, let people know, hey, it's how you react.
It is. And, this week we went a little bit longer. We had a lot more to talk about. And again, prayers out to the flight attendant whose life was taken this week.
Yeah. And all the people are out there in the West Coast with fires and Carolinas. We're still thinking about you. And we are hoping and blessing and praying for the United States to get better.
Keep our money in the States.
Right.
All right. You guys take care of yourself. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next week on Cabin Pressure.
Cabin Pressure.
Thanks for listening to Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. Please follow us on Facebook, leave us a comment, and we'll see you next week on Cabin Pressure.